Hey everybody, this is DM Mike, and this is the next Dragon of Icespire Peak prep episode that's on piggybacking off all the audio logs I've been doing. So this is probably video 3 in a little tiny trilogy of these audio log preparation that I'm doing. And so this is the area that I'm going to be putting those in. This is the Dwarven Excavation. This is directly off of, I think it's D&D Beyond, where I think all of us, if you bought the set, you got this for free. Technically. So I've been looking at this going, okay, so where do we put these audio logs? And I love this because this is like total straight up game design, like how we place these things in our adventures. Now, I only thought I was going to do 2. Well, I did 4 audio logs, all of them available right now on my SoundCloud if you want to just listen to them or maybe even use them for your campaign. They're available under the Dragons of Icespire playlist. But here we are. We got this whole map. Actually, I'm going to go in. And actually, I corrected this map because D&D Beyond, they screwed it up. They put all the secret doors on the player's version. So many times it happens. I don't know what's going on over there. But I'm actually going to remove all the secret doors and redo this map and just play the secret rooms, theater of the mind. I don't have to worry about them, accidentally seeing them and knowing, there's something there. Anyway, side tangent. But we're going to play some audio logs. So I thought the first one, which kind of introduces Gulthor Tannen, would probably be out here in the rubble somewhere, right? As the players are just kind of coming in to this area, they'll find the dwarves, and as they're kind of going through, they may find Gulthor Tannens there. The next one I thought would be kind of cool right at the entrance where these burial mounds are. I believe that's right. I think that's what they are in the adventure. So we have the one over here. I'm doing this on a mouse. This is like really ugly. Okay, there are 2. We put the second one there. Now I have 4, right? So I went double what I was originally going to do. So this one will introduce the character at number 1, and number 2 will start to foreshadow like, oh man, some really bad stuff is happening. Now my third one is it's kind of, if the players don't find it, they don't find it. It just actually builds up some more tension and builds up some more foreshadowing of what's going to happen. The solar eclipse is coming. They're doing a sacrifice. It's all going to go to hell. And, I think the third one has like this earthquake that happens and shakes the temple. And Gulthor Tannen is like, this is a sign. This is a sign. But nobody's listening. So I actually, because number 2 is kind of like that as well, it foreshadows a negative thing, a terrible thing that's about to happen. 3, if they don't find it, I'll be okay, right? So I'm going to stick that in a secret room somewhere. Let's say we have these kind of pretty close together. So I'll probably put the third one maybe like right in here, right? So that'll be number 3. I really should have done this on my Cintiq. But this will be number 3. We'll put that one there. And it's kind of, if they miss it, they miss it. They find it, great. It just adds a little bit more to the story, right? How many video games have you gone through where you don't find all the audio logs or whatever, you just miss a few. But then the fourth one, which I did, which is just absolute hysteria, a lot of action. You really get to hear the last final moments of Gulthor Tannen, just the NPC I created for this adventure. And that's one I really want them to find. And so a lot of attacks, combat happens right about here but whoa, a little too much Coke. I mean soda, not drug. But most of the action happens right around this area with the ochre jellies. And I'm actually going to increase them, not in number, but in like viscosity and just their bulk. Like I really want to treat it like the Blob, the 1980s Blob movie, which is fantastic. Just really lethal jellies that are just full of hatred because of their death, because the god had turned them all into jellies, all these priests. So yeah, I'm going to put the fourth one in here and see that it'll foreshadow even more. And right when they hear this terrible, awful thing that happens to Gulthor Tannen, that's when the blobs attack, right? So right on the tail end of that, I think it's just it's just kind of, movie beats and drama. I just thought it'd be kind of cool thing to do. So this is, part of the process. I've done like 4 videos on this. It's been like a couple days of just figuring out, like writing the scripts, reading the stuff, recording the audio, and now figuring out, okay, where do you put this stuff? And I like this kind of thing because this is game design, right? Looking at all this stuff and how does it impact players, and where do you put these things to get the biggest impact you possibly can, no matter what you're doing, whether it's a hint or if it's audio logs or it's a weapon or some kind of history or a talisman or a totem or I don't know, whatever you want to stick into these levels. It's just kind of interesting to map out exactly where you want these. So I think these 4 spots here will work really well. With 1 and 2, they'll come across number 4 for sure. 3 is kind of up in the air. It'll be great if they find it, but if they don't, the adventure goes on. All right, guys, I want to show you what I was doing in prep for Dragons of Icespire Peak and kind of prep what I do for Dungeons and Dragons in general. Audio logs are kind of a new thing for me, but I thought they would just be perfect for this. The only other place right now I can see in this entire adventure where they might work again is in the Hold with the Dragon, maybe. But Axelholm, I think, is the next place. So I don't know how many maps there are in this adventure, but only really 2 do I feel like they would work really well. So you don't want to overwhelm your adventure with all these audio logs, you know. And you want to have some good pacing in between all these different audio logs. You want the audio logs to be short, like under a minute, like 35, 45 seconds, which all of mine are, except I think this last one, maybe it hits 55 seconds, something like that. Pacing and length is important because this could be a lot of audio in a single session. All right, guys, that's it. Just showing you what I'm doing, showing my prep, and I guess I will see you in the next one.